Namaste and welcome to Kathayani Vedic Astrology. I am Rishi, and today we'll be talking about the moon's transit into the sign of Libra. So we know that moon is the fastest moving planet in Vedic astrology, and it changes its sign within like 2.5 days. It's really moving quick, and it has moved into the sign of Libra, and it is almost about to move out of the sign of Libra. If you follow Western astrology, you would be hearing that moon is in the sign of Scorpio. But there is a difference in calculation. We'll not go into it. What's important for us to understand is that moon, if it's in the sign of Libra, what does it do? So we would be covering two aspects here. First one is the transit point of view of how would a moon behave when it is transiting to the sign of Libra, and also how would moon behave if moon is in the sign of Libra in your natal chart. So what's a natal chart and what's a transit? I'll quickly give you a difference. That is, natal chart is the fixed screenshot of the sky when you were born, and transit is the daily changes, the daily movement of planets. All right, so like today's transit is that moon is in the sign of Libra. It would be tomorrow, it would be different. The day after tomorrow, it would be different. But your natal chart, wherever the placement of planets is, that is the permanent placement for them. At the same time, the transit is also happening, so there is going to be we cannot say that the natal chart is a static chart. It's also dynamic because we have to superimpose the transit on the natal chart to figure out what's happening where. The point that we would be discussing in this particular video is that what does moon in the sign of Libra is doing for all of us in the moment. So moon moves into the seventh sign of Libra, and it gets aspected by Sun, Mercury and Venus, who are right opposite to it in the sign of Aries. So these three important planets are directly having an aspect on moon, and moon is also aspecting them. At the same time, Jupiter is in the house of in the sign of Aquarius and is having its ninth aspect on the moon, and Saturn is sitting in the sign of Capricorn, is having its 10th aspect on the moon, which basically this aspecting means that moon, which signifies the mind in Vedic astrology, is going to be having a lot of interferences by these planets, because if you look at it carefully, there's only one planet, Mars, which is not aspecting the moon right now. Rahu and Ketu also are not aspecting, but we're not looking at them right now. We're just talking about the main 7 planets. So moon, since it's having this aspect from Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter and Saturn, can be a very tricky moon. The last 2-3 days could have been very tricky because our mind can just be in a very indecisive, a mind can be in a very unbalanced state, a mind can be in a very unexpected state. That is, like, maybe you are a very gentle person, like to be very gentle, and suddenly a lot of rage can come out. Suddenly a lot of a feeling for a change can come out, especially also like a feeling to change the way you look, change your appearances, like it happened with me. I just shaved my beard yesterday, which has been there with me for many years. So that can happen. Also, at the same time, you could have had a feeling of beginning to start something new, like a writing project or a reading project, to start reading something new. These thoughts could have come. Also, if you are planning to learn something, or if you have been looking for somebody to guide you through, you could have found this guidance, or you could have found a source from where you can learn something that you are willing to learn, that you're wanting to learn. At the same time, from the relationship point of view, it could have been a little bit difficult. Why? Because you could feel either in yourself or in the people that you're interacting with, or people that you have any kind of relationship with. This does not mean only romantic relationship. It also means your parents, your siblings, your colleagues, work, everywhere. But basically, more importantly, is on the your romantic relationship, that you could find a sudden sweep of coldness, a sudden breeze of coldness, a wave of coldness or indifference could have just swiped in, where you could have been can experience very heavy karmic energies around there, where you're not able to clearly make a difference or clearly make a decision. This could have also happened in last 2 days, or could be happening even today. This is happening because this is the transit in the moment. It is not necessarily that it would be exactly the same with you, because your natal chart plays an important role, and the connection between your natal chart and the transit will actually decide how these things are really happening for you. But broadly, if you have to look at the transit, what it indicates is that the moon, which is our mind, has moved into this indecisive sign of Libra with an aspect from almost every other planet, meaning somebody who's already very indecisive is getting a lot of influence from very strong energies, very strong planets. So if somebody has a weak Saturn in their chart, they could be the ones who are struggling with their relationship, the one that I talked about before. If somebody has a weak Jupiter, could be struggling with their teachers, with their gurus, with their guides. They could be just like not able to connect with them. But on the other hand, if you have a good Jupiter, your guide would have reappeared or appeared, or would have agreed. The differences could have resolved, meaning, or along with that, you could have built up a better relationship and a better network with your guide or new guides. This could have also happened. And also a lot of ego would have swiped in again. A lot of ego, especially around the world outside, that is people that you directly interact with, people who mirror you, people you meet, your work, your colleagues, your relationships, your spouse. So these over here you can see a sudden outrage of an ego battle can also take place there. At the same time, you could also feel like if you have a good Mercury, you could be like getting a feeling to interact with your spouse or with your relationships in a very dramatic, in a very romantic way. Or you might be writing letters, you might be writing notes and journals around your relationships and your spouses. At the same time, you would, like I said before, if you haven't changed your look, or if you have been following a certain pattern with your clothing, with your styling and everything, that could have also felt like needs a change. You could have although there's in India, there's just where I am, there's a sort of lockdown going on, but at the same time I wanted to buy something online or maybe from somewhere else. So that is also there, that a deep desire to change something or to change your looks. Or also at this, along with it, you could have also started to play maybe music, or write poetry, or write a song. Or if you like to write songs, or if you're a painter, you just got an inspiration, some kind of inspiration to paint. This is happening in the present transit. Now, if you look at moon generally in the sign of Libra, what it can do is, like, the sign of Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus, which is again a planet which signifies beauty, art, and culture, meets with moon, which also have similar traits but differently. So this moon, when it moves into this sign of Libra, it has a sort of a battle again to fight between, to choose between your own personalities, your own creativity. So people who have moon in their Libra can first of all have this concern, where they probably sometimes are not able to decide that which side of theirs is more creative. Do they want to do this kind of creativity? Do they want to imagine this? Like, they can often have a struggle between their own imagination, their own ideas, their own ideology. Whatever comes in, comes out of them, they can just be not able to clearly decide that, am I this person or am I this person? Who do I really want to be? That is one of the important things which happens. Other thing which happens is like that they just get encouraged or get feel very motivated if somebody allows them to practice their imagination, if somebody allows them to practice their creativity, which is actually the hidden treasure which really needs to come out. These people are able to not only create something, they're able to create something from the heart. They can really bring out amazing ideas, amazing ideologies from their heart, if they allow their moon to function properly. And also, if the moon is a clean moon, if moon does not have any aspect from a difficult planet, or if it's, you know, a lot of other things, if they are there. Second thing about moon in the sign of Libra is that these people are very vibrating and wanting to connect from the heart. They're wanting to have relationship with people, and when they go into a relationship, the relationship is not focusing on just the materialistic aspect, but also the spiritual aspect. This is a sign where the relationships are not just coming out of any kind of a deep analysis or a deep understanding of what is right and wrong. Instead of that, it is coming out of passion. Over here you will find that they would be just going in and out of their relationships because of passion. And also they can be like really not concerned about financials, or not concerned about how things are happening. They just want to go with the flow. They just want to appreciate. It's also a state where you can say that the moon or the mind is in a sort of a high. It's in a place where, if for the person themselves and for others who come in contact with them, they can feel a certain high. They can feel like mesmerized by just looking in that person's eye, and they're like, wow, I don't know why, but I feel I'm hypnotized and I would like to spend more time with this person. Moon over here becomes, along with Venusian energy, becomes quite charismatic and allows people to connect with other people out of their charisma, out of their aura begins to glow. So this is what happens when moon moves into the sign of Libra. So in case if your moon is in the sign of Libra, just take a look if any of what I've said matches with you. If it doesn't, there's nothing to worry about, because we don't analyze a chart just by looking at one placement. We have to look at multiple things. We have to look at your ascendant, we have to look at the aspects, and many more things. So this was a quick and a quiet analysis of moon transiting through the sign of Libra, and generally, or what we can expect from someone who has their moon in the sign of Libra. If you like my video, you are welcome to subscribe and like it. And also, if you like to have a direct consultation with me, feel free to contact me on the numbers that would be flashing on the screen. And thank you for watching this video. Namaste, have a good day.